Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone. So today is a bit of a different video than the videos I typically make. Um, so I'm a bit nervous, to say the least. What inspired me to make this video is not too long ago, maybe just a few days ago, somebody asked me, how is married life? And I realized, first I was like, like, I don't know how is married, like, you tell me. But then I was like, okay, I realized I didn't actually say this publicly. So what ensued was a bit of awkwardness. And so I thought, I really should say this openly. So as Muslims, we don't really believe in secret marriages. This is against our faith. When somebody gets married, it's a very public thing and there's witnesses, and we are encouraged in the Sunnah to invite family, friends, neighbors, and to be publicly married. We don't have private secret relationships. Okay, I'm gonna close the window. I live near a train station. Likewise, when there is a divorce, it is not a private matter at all. It's actually quite public, and anyone who knows the chapter of divorce in the Quran understands that we typically call witnesses. This is just God's wisdom to make marriage and divorce public events. And I can understand somewhat the logic behind that. So within that context, I thought it was a bit important for me to also say this publicly because my marriage was very public. My ex-husband and I are no longer together. We have been separated for a bit over a year now, and yeah, like, we're essentially divorced. I'm not going to be exposing anybody or their family. That's really against my values, that's against my integrity. I didn't really share that with many people. For the first 6-7 months, I think only 4 people knew, 4 or 5 people, and it's just because in the beginning it really did surprise me, the decision, how it was made, and then how it was conveyed. So I just wanted to take some time to process it on my own, mechanically, but also emotionally, and go through the healing process on my own. So that's why I kept it private for a bit. Okay, battery's dying. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm so nervous. I kind of, in the beginning, felt a lot of shame being divorced. I felt like, oh, I'm just contributing to like the divorce statistics, and now, people will feel afraid of getting married or no longer believe in the sanctity of marriage. But honestly, I just want to say I still believe in the sanctity of marriage. I'm still a woman of faith. I still believe in God. This didn't take away from my faith. My belief in marriage was never contingent on the fact that I need a successful marriage to believe in marriage. I believe in it because it's part of my faith. What helped me get through the past year was honestly my belief that God, I don't know, I keep getting emotional. So what got me through this past year and all its challenges was truly believing that Allah is Al-Hakim. He has wisdom behind everything. Honestly, another thing that got me through this year was reading. I was like, in the beginning, I used to spend a lot of time alone at just reading a lot. Like, the last time I read this much, I was 13, and I moved to Morocco for high school. I don't really know what else to say. I was also afraid of making this video because I didn't want anyone to be disrespectful. I didn't want anyone to be disrespectful towards myself or my family or my ex-husband and his family. I just kind of refrained from like saying anything. And I talk a lot, so I'm actually quite surprised at how silent I was about this. Because I think maybe a few people who will be watching this will be people who have gone through something similar to myself. I don't believe that fear is the answer. Like, sometimes people will ask me, oh, I guess you won't be able to trust people again. Maybe you're going to be afraid of marriage and people, and I don't know. And in the beginning, people would always project onto me. They would be like, wow, if I went through something like that, I would never trust anybody again. And so it was really a hard chapter in my life. But I don't believe fear is the answer. I feel like my whole life has been you know, just a journey, like trying to stay away from fear or trying to conquer it. It's just the ego's way of telling us, you know, you're safe, you're alive, you're not hurting because you're fearful, but that's not true. If Allah destines something for you, it's going to happen whether or not you are fearful about it or not. So I'm trying to keep my heart open, my mind open, and trying to remain optimistic about the future. When something happens, it doesn't happen to us. It only happens for us to grow and to learn. I'm so nervous. I don't know why, but I'm just extremely nervous. I don't want to sit here and just speak about something so heavy. Allah has really given me a lot in my life. I'm in a very good place in my life, academically, professionally, in terms of the people who surround me. I have safety, I'm healthy, alhamdulillah, and I have only God to thank for all of that. And so I don't want to come here and just say something, you know, like heavy and negative, because that would be disingenuous to how much God has blessed me over the past year. And I don't want to denigrate how grateful I am for all that has happened, alhamdulillah. The verse of the Quran that really helped me get through this hard time is لَن يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Nothing happens to us except that God has already preordained or written it for it to happen to us. So with that being said, there is really nobody to forgive. Nothing happened that wasn't already written. If it hadn't been written for me, it wouldn't have happened. And so whether it was this person or that person, it would have happened anyways. So yeah. This is really not an easy video to make. I was like shaking and I'm like sweating. I really hope that the future is better than what has gone by, but I also, like, you know, when Allah takes something, He gives us better. I know all this stuff, but it really did take time for that thought to become a belief and that belief to reach my heart, like in its essence. Please be respectful, and if you're watching this, I don't want this to make you feel negative about marriage or relationships or life. You know, we just go through different chapters. Every chapter has its teachings and its blessings. Okay, Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.